That's true. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful Monday morning. Hope we're all through that rain from Friday and Saturday, and this is a gorgeous day. Going to get a bright, brand new week started for you today with these wonderful gentlemen. Steve Fowler and Jerry Wilson are here today, folks, and they're the BurmaShavers, and we are gonna play some tunes, and we're gonna talk about all the stuff that they do, and as well as their gigantic, massive. Can we call it Steel Wheels massive tour?
You could, yes. Steel Wheels would be a great name for it.
Trademark that.
That might be a good idea. We're going to do all that stuff here today, and we do appreciate you tuning in here to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. Let's tell you a little bit about some things going on in and around the neighborhoods today. There are a few things. Actually, folks, I looked. Trust me, I paid attention. I looked all over. I couldn't find a doggone thing going on Monday, March 11th. There is not much going on, which means folks are saving up for the weekend or resting up from last weekend. That's all I can tell you. Maybe they're getting ready, and the first national day probably doesn't apply to anyone watching right now, but it might. Do you guys think? I know you study these things, the demographics, before you actually agree to come on a show.
Absolutely.
Do you think that if I had needed to talk about folks about National Promposal Day, that it fits my demographic today?
Promposal?
National Promposal Day is today, yeah. So basically high school senior boys.
Does this show air on TikTok?
No. So you're saying that is a little discouraging,
Your
Steve.
demographics polling low.
Well, I can understand that. That makes a ton of sense. This, ladies and gentlemen, it is National Promposal Day on March 11th. This prompts the ultimate question each year: will you go to prom with me? It's the day for high school students across North America to craft their unique invitations to the event this year. Prom does take a lot of planning. That includes finding the right tux, the right dress, the shoes and accessories. Does mom teach you how to dance, or do you take a dance class? How do you do that? Do you borrow dad's car or rent a limo? All kinds of different things involved. Prom is one of the most memorable times in high school, but you have to start it off right with the exceptional proposal, and that is today. Apparently, they tell the kids maybe I guess they're doing it today to give kids a month to actually work on prom or something like that. I don't know, and I will ask you this: who do you think of like businesses in the world? Who is the group that suggested and started National Promposal Day?
Tuxedo rental.
Yeah.
Florist.
Actually, it was Men's Warehouse.
Okay.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Wilson.
It's been 45 years since I've been to a prom, and I still knew the answers.
Oh, you never played at a prom? You guys never?
No, I never
kidding.
Played a prom.
No kidding. I'm surprised that folks would not have wanted your clean guitar.
Well, that was about the time when it started getting the DJ.
Oh.
Now, when I was in high school, it was always bands. You always
Right.
had a band.
Yeah.
But by the time, 40 years ago or so, they started switching over to, hey, we'll get a DJ. He can play rap or country
Right.
or rock.
Right.
You have your choice, see?
Right. Well, I tell you what, I was of a time, we were one of those first people to get a DJ. So I do feel, and actually we just did it because we were too stupid and poor to get a band. Had we known a good band in 1984,
Yeah.
we'd have gotten one, but didn't know anybody. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, National Promposal Day is today. What else is going on today? Ladies and gentlemen, this one I can get behind. National Oatmeal Nut Waffle Day. That's why you'll say that 5 times fast. National Oatmeal Nut Waffle Day on March 11th celebrates a healthier version of the classic waffle. Whole grain oats and chopped nuts mixed into a waffle recipe is a delicious, healthy way to start your morning. Of course, waffles are butter-based or dough-based cake typically, but then if you put the oats in them, maybe it'll make them a little bit more healthy. Oatmeal starts a day off right. You add spices, fruit, nuts, or nut butter to add flavor. A serving of oatmeal daily can lower cholesterol and may reduce the risk of heart. There's some good-looking oatmeals or waffles right there.
Good looking syrup.
Yeah, this one didn't have any syrup on it yet. That's kind of bland, and if you're forced to eat oatmeal waffles, you'd really probably want a little bit of syrup. But yeah, I like that one down there in the left corner with next to the banana one. The banana one looks pretty good too. But yeah, this is National Oatmeal Waffle Day. Can prepared waffles be frozen? Of course, waffles can be frozen. Are waffle and pancake batters the same? Now, this is a question for you gentlemen. I don't know. I don't. It's been a long time since I cooked either.
You're on a roll.
I don't think they are the same. I think in a waffle you have malt or something a little different that's added to it.
I agree with him.
You're gonna X gets the square. He's got another one right. He's got another one right. As a waffle batter contains about twice as much fat and sugar as pancake batter. The additional fat and sugar are what makes waffles crispy on the outside. So you get it.
Good. I think I'll go oatmeal for 400, please.
I love it. We're doing all right. And see, now you'll get the next one right too. Actually, I don't have any questions, but this is also National Johnny Appleseed Day on March 11th. This remembers the man who made apples and pear trees bloom across the nation. The day celebrates a kindly legend who lived by the sage teachings and labored to bring the shade of fruit trees across much of the United States. Born John Chapman on September 26, 1774, in Leominster, Massachusetts. Not much is known about his early life other than his mom died when he was 2. His father packed up Johnny and went to Springfield, Mass. His father was a Minuteman who fought at Bunker Hill. I did not realize that at all. Johnny Appleseed. Then he grew up, started planting stuff. He showed up in northern Pennsylvania in 1797, propagating his apple seeds, worked his way steadily into the frontier of West Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana, eventually made it all the way west as far as Illinois and Iowa, and as far north as Michigan and Wisconsin. There are still, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Appleseed planted orchards. They don't produce much fruit. Apple trees don't usually live 200 years, but there are still some Johnny Appleseed orchards, I believe, in Ohio or Pennsylvania. There are 2 dates to celebrate Johnny Appleseed. One of them is on this one, March 11th. The other is in September on his birthday. So why 2? Well, it's easier to plant. Planting trees makes more sense in March than it does in September. So that's what that's all about. What do you want to see on television, ladies and gentlemen, here on this gorgeous Monday all day long? It's championship week, folks, in college basketball. The ESPN networks will have all kinds of semis and finals for you tonight. I think the WAC is tonight, and I believe Gonzaga in what is the Mountain West Conference. That might be tomorrow night. Semis might be tonight. All kinds of good stuff. NBA basketball tonight. At 7 o'clock, Dallas is at Chicago. That's on NBC Sports Chicago. Also, preseason baseball today. Yeah, it's coming. Baseball season is on the way. At noon, Pittsburgh is at Boston. That's on MLB, Channel 599. Also, at noon, Washington plays at St. Louis. That's on Bally, Channel 630. And at 3 o'clock today, it is also on the MLB. The LA Dodgers will be at Cleveland. That's out in Arizona, I believe. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We have the BurmaShavers here, and we are going to talk with them about all kinds of stuff and have some fun here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back right after these.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chapman's Furniture has the best prices every day. You can find them open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and located at 210, 300, and 306 West Main Street in Salem. Chapman's features a full line of furniture, including Ashley Furniture, bedding by Sealy and Bimco, and the largest selection of rugs in Southern Illinois. They have a huge selection of recliners, including lift and power, and wallpaper and border in stock at closeout prices. Call 618-548-2221 for the best price around.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're just talking about old men stuff. None of us are getting any younger, but I tell you what, that's the cool thing. It only shows from our hair, but not from the way we act, right? Isn't that for sure?
Sad but true.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the BurmaShavers. Steve Fowler is here along with Jerry Wilson, and I couldn't be happier. How long has it been, boys, since you've never been in this new studio, have you?
No, we were at the old one.
We're at the one in Flora.
Yeah.
So this must be a particular thrill, huh?
It is thrilling.
Goosebumps.
Well, I'm thinking, I know it wasn't last year you did the show. Was it 21 or 22? Like January
I'd
or
say
February?
22. I think it's been about 2 years, really.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And back then, you came on with a new album. You have a new album going right now, don't you, fellas?
New album going right now, comes out sometime this week.
Tell me all about it, Steve.
It's called Live Hot Lather Volume 7.
Wait a minute. Okay, all right, so that brings us, all right, before we get to the name of the album, tell us about you're a required, and I'm certain every time you go on your radio and television interviews that they require you to, why the BurmaShavers? So, as part of my contractual requirement, why the BurmaShavers?
You got it.
The music is very reflective of old-time Americana, such as the old BurmaShave signs that used to be on the highways in the early 30s through the 50s.
When you tell that to people, do they recall seeing BurmaShaver signs? Do you, either of you recall?
Oh, yeah.
Seeing, you do see.
I remember seeing them, yeah. Right next to the Merrimack Caverns, see Jesse James Hyde.
Yeah.
They used to, paint that on barns.
Yeah.
The farmers would get their barns painted free if they could put their advertising on it. So about that time is when you'd see the BurmaShaver signs. You might have one that says, if you want a close shave, and then 5 miles down the road, you need to try.
Yeah.
And then 5 miles down the road, BurmaShave products.
Yeah,
And
something to rhyme.
Yeah, I was a kid, but I still remember that type of advertising and the Merrimack Caverns on the barns and all that.
Do you remember that kind of advertising?
Not really.
I remember saying, you'll still see some in this day and age of people who are basically callbacks to the BurmaShaver type of, the BurmaShave type of advertising, because and it's on the interstates a lot of times.
By Champaign.
Yeah, by Champaign.
Yeah.
And is that about the only place, because you guys drive all over the place, it's the only one I can think of. There must be someplace else, but...
No, I can't think of any, but I know every time I go by Champaign up there on 57, I think, well, there's the old BurmaShave technique.
Yeah. They're the old BurmaShave technique, trying to tell you to keep guns or love Jesus or one or the other. Right. Which is, hey,
preferably both.
Yeah, to each their own. That's cool. That's fun.
Closest thing nowadays you'll see is maybe a farmer's market where you start to see apples, and then a quarter mile down the road, sweet corn, quarter mile down the road, fresh taffy. They'll space out their signs to keep your attention.
So how'd you pick the name?
I have no idea.
Well, it's a cool name for one.
Yeah, I love the name.
And also, like he said, a lot of the music we play goes back to the Andy Griffith days, goes back to the, Dragnet and TV at that stage.
Yeah.
And those days, your local drugstore and your hangouts. So a lot of our stuff is very reflective, from 50, 60
like a nostalgia bent.
Yep, pretty much.
A nostalgia bent to it. That's really cool. And how do you think, because, this is your 7th album, right?
Yeah.
Hence the name Volume 7.
You might have had 2 or 3 before that. Who knows? Okay, yeah, the name is Volume 7. But this is... How do you think you guys got the particular bent of writing tunes in this fashion? You might have. You'll play country, you'll play rock, you'll play all kinds of stuff. You'll play a few, maybe not as varied as him, but you guys will both play different things. What do you think led or steered you more into that direction?
Well, one thing is, we write all of our own songs, and invariably when a song is written, it usually harkens back to when you didn't have to lock your doors at night in Fairfield.
Yeah.
It harkens back to you were 6 years old and you walked a half mile home from school and nobody worried about it.
Right.
It harkens back to those days and those principles. Most of our songs just naturally tend to go back to that stuff.
At what point did you notice? At what point did you notice, you think, hey, Jerry, when we're writing songs, this is kind of old timey. This is kind of not Arlo Guthrie, more of a Woody Guthrie kind of.
It does. It kind of leans to that, or to early Bob Dylan or Neil Young, that type of stuff. And playing in a band when you have 4 or 5 guys, you get to a place, you say you're going to play at 7 at night. You get there at 4 o'clock.
Right.
you set up for an hour and a half, you go through a sound check.
Right.
Then you go get something to eat, come back, and you play from 7 to 11.
Then you got half an hour, 45 minutes wait to go on.
Right. And when we started doing our own music and going out and doing it, now if I got to play at 5:30, I get there at 5.
Yeah. Well, now that's handy.
And my back thanks me for it.
Oh, yeah, I guess you don't have that many amps to carry in.
We get done playing at, say, 8 o'clock. At 8:30, we're on the road.
Well,
We can load everything in one car and be gone, and that's appealing.
that is outstanding. If folks want to learn more about the BurmaShavers, what's the best way, Steve?
The website,
Yeah.
very simple, www.theburmashavers.com. There's photos, there's articles, there's reviews, and there's a jukebox on there which you'll have about 6 to 8 of our songs if you want to listen to them.
Yeah.
All the albums are available on all the streaming services, but on our actual website, there's 1 or 2 from each album that are always up there to peruse.
How difficult is it to get on the streaming services like that? I mean, how much of a chore is it?
For us, it's very simple. We have one distributor who does all that work for us.
Oh, that's good. You got a publisher.
Basically, yes.
Oh, that's outstanding. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here with the BurmaShavers. Eventually, I'm going to let them play a tune or two, and we're going to find out all about the new album as well as find out what they've been doing over the past few years. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I'm Bruce. We'll be back right after these.
Hi, my name is Landon Carter, and I'm a financial consultant at Benjamin F. Edwards in Flora. Whether you're planning to send a loved one to school, preparing for retirement, or passing your wealth to the next generation, we have the knowledge and perspective to implement financial strategies that will help you move smoothly through life's transitions. Here at Edwards, our clients know that we are fully invested in their financial future. To find out more, Cole Duke and I invite you to give us a call at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. The BurmaShavers are here. Steve Fowler along with Jerry Wilson. They have a new album coming out. Let's talk about the new album. Give me the name of it again. It's Volume 7 of what?
Live Hot Lather.
Live Hot Lather Volume 7. That would make one think that it's a live production of songs previously recorded elsewhere and on other albums, but apparently it's not, right?
Each of the Hot Lather series is all original songs.
Well, that's kind of what I thought, which I guess, maybe is that confusing to people or is just to me?
Should we tell him?
I guess tell them. I don't.
Yeah, we don't really know.
What goes into the process of recording an album?
Very simple, actually. We get the songs together, we write them, we rehearse them, and then we set up and give it a go.
And play them live.
Play them live.
Yeah.
So you're basically, you're recording the album, all of them, you're not in a studio on any of them, you're recording them live.
Yeah.
Oh, no. How many shows a year will y'all play?
The last few years, 50 to 55.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So you're all kind of, you're going all over the place. What's the farthest you travel for shows?
Chicago to the north, Nashville to the south, Columbia, Missouri to the west, and Cincinnati to the east. It's the farthest we've been so far.
If folks are looking for you at festival, well, I mean, what is the type of place that will have a BurmaShavers show?
Coffee house, festival, winery, farmer's market, individual's house.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. We'll
be looking for your address
I was
after
going
the
to
show.
say, I've kept it very well hidden. I'm just teasing, of course. I love their music, and I've got at least four of the 6 albums. I can't believe I don't have the other 2. I've got to catch up. How often do you put one out? Because how long's the BurmaShavers been together? When did you guys? You put the rattle watch to the death, I guess, and then started the BurmaShavers after that. When was that?
We're on our 5th year.
Probably 2018, something like that, or 19.
A year of change for all of us. A tremendous year of change, and this has worked out beautifully for you. Y'all having fun doing it?
You know, we are. We're still having as much fun today as when we started, and it's always exciting when you get like a new CD. You can add a few new songs into your set list and kind of keep it varied. And a lot of places we play will be like a coffee shop or something like that, and before we play a place, you're going to a new place.
Yeah.
You don't know if there'll be 10 people there and you'll make $30 of tips, or you don't know if there'll be 50 people or 60 and you make $300 of tips. You never know. But you just play. You just go and play, and you try to make a few fans along the way, and so it's exciting and fun. And
that's the thing. You're getting folks. You're playing some places. You've probably played places 4 or 5, 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a shame now that the place in Mill Shoals is. Because you were there. You guys were there a lot, and you always put on. You always had a good crowd there at Steph's, didn't you?
Yes, and great people, running it, and good friends and everything. And we were brokenhearted to see that kind of go.
Yeah. My point is though that you're able to bring fans. You get repeat fans quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, and hopefully, you play at Washington, Indiana, or Corydon, Indiana, or Bowling Green, Kentucky, wherever, and you get at least 2 or 3 people that follow you on Facebook,
right,
or leave you comments. That's kind of rewarding.
Yeah, well, and you get to see maybe a little bit bigger crowd from 2023 rather than 22 or something like that. A nice little. It makes you know that you're. Other than the joy of creating and putting something out, you want it to be listened to and heard too, right?
And the coolest thing to me is when you go somewhere like, for instance, Washington, Indiana. We played a place called the Cherry Ghost Coffee Shop. We played there, probably there 3 or 4 times a year. And when you go over there, most of the people there have been following you for 4 or 5 years. And when you're playing the songs, they know the words as well as we.
Oh, now that's cool.
And that is cool, I gotta say. It's nice when somebody comes up to you and say, "Oh, I liked your guys' music," but when they're out there singing the words to your songs, that is cool.
That's really cool. Well, I tell you what, that's fun. Okay, what goes in? You've done 7 albums in 5 years, and again, go to BurmaShavers. Let's just put
BurmaShavers.
TheBurmaShavers.com. Yeah, what is BurmaShavers.com? If I look that up, it's not like a porn site or something.
I don't know.
That would really be awkward. But
where's he going with this conversation?
I'm just just nowhere at all. My point was, I'm going to move back to the original thought. 7 albums. What's the writing process?
Usually we each write individually. For the most part, we'll come up with a song. I'll write a song lyrically and with the chord structure. I'll play it for Jerry. He'll give me his feedback and say, how about we try this here, or let's do a little change here. And then he'll add his parts.
Right.
That's usually, or the other way around.
Right.
He'll write one lyrically and musically and say, here's what I'd like you to do. And every now and then he'll take a bit of my advice. If I say maybe, hey, maybe at the end we do this.
So if I'm listening, when I'm listening through on the albums, I can is there a style that one of you sounds more like Jerry, or might sound more like Steve? I mean, you each have definite styles, I guess.
I'm a little more folky, would you say?
I would say, yeah. If it's
I'm thinking. I guess I'm thinking like the front porch kids and stuff like that. Kids running around on the front porch.
Yeah,
might be more Steve than you.
Yeah, I'd say he's more folky and rooted that way. I might be a little more out there on some things,
Yeah.
His songs typically will be 2 to 3 minutes, the kind of quick hitter punt, and mine might be 5 or 6.
Yeah.
With more guitar stuff in it,
Yeah.
So there is a difference. But for most songs, we got co-writing credits for every song we do because
You're Lennon and McCartney, basically.
yeah, I don't know which one I am. But
I'm Ringo. That's all I have to say.
yeah, we're Starkey Harrison. That's
There you go.
But anyway, he brings something to my songs and I bring something to his, and it's just a good fit, and we enjoy doing it. And neither one of us are so egotistical that we can't say you're not changing that. We just do what's best.
Well, I'm glad, and you're having fun doing it.
A lot of fun.
That's cool. I've got some pictures. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to run through a few pictures here in this segment, and then we'll sing in the next couple. How about that?
Fair enough.
Great.
Tell me where this is.
That is at the Widow's Harvest Music Festival in a suburb of Chicago. I don't remember which one.
Yorkville,
Illinois.
I believe.
Now, how big of a crowd will you typically see at some of these places? Because these festivals, they'll have a ton of bands, and looks like you got a night gig here. That's probably a pretty good gig.
It was indoors, actually. The stage was, but that's the first place we ever played with an actual, I think they had a fog machine or something that went going on behind us.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Kind of scared us at first. We didn't know what was going on.
That's the thing, Jerry. They could have warned you.
I know it.
Tell me a little bit about. I like this place. Was this in? I'm guessing Washington, Indiana.
No.
This is not Washington.
No, I'll give
Giant City State Park.
I'll give you a hit. It is a state park in Richland County.
Oh, okay. So, not. I guess I'm thinking of Brown County, but it's not. What's the name of it?
Richland, Red Hills.
That's Red Hill. Okay.
That's at a vintage camper festival where they had all these vintage
Red Hills is in Richland County. It's not in Lawrence County.
I said Richland.
Oh, you threw me. Okay, so this is at Red Hill State Park?
Yes, Red Hill State Park.
How big a crowd what was this show?
That was a vintage camper rally where they have all these, mainly from Indiana, but they have 15, 20, 25 campers, and they all get together. They show off their vintage campers, and then they have a meal.
Oh, that must have been fun.
And then they hire us. We do about 4 or 5 of those a year, and they're fun. They're really fun.
And they're bringing in the old cool Airstreams and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Even before that, yeah.
Are they using them?
They're
staying in them, using them, and they all show off.
Oh, now that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I tell you what, let's take a quick break. We got more pictures to show, and we're also going to I might let the fellas sing since they brought their guitars. They're very thoughtful and kind. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got the BurmaShavers in the studio. Back right after these. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
You can always get what you want.
Well, you see, now that would have been cool. But I just interrupted Jerry from a little Rolling Stones over there. I apologize for that, Jerry. You don't get the opportunity. Do you ever get out the electric guitar and still play it much?
Yeah, I do once in a while, but not near like I used to. But about 2 or 3 times a year, I'll play with somebody or some event, and I'll get the old Les Paul out and kind of relive the old days.
So that's fun.
Yes,
because you use that you use that in the country band too, didn't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's great. Tell me about where are we here?
That is that park east of
that was
Evansville.
up in Booneville, Indiana. Yeah. That one goes back that was one of our earliest shots.
Really?
Yeah.
Thresherman's Park, that was the name of it.
Yeah, Thresherman's Park.
What was the gig there? What was that? Was that a festival or something?
I think it was a fundraiser for a young man who passed away, and I think it was like a barbecue cooking competition.
Yeah. Mainly there's a barbecue cooking competition around the grounds there, plus they had old threshing machines.
Oh, that's fun. Like that. Now this one I was intrigued with because it looked like I couldn't tell if it was somebody painted it or if it was basically through a screen.
My cousin, Debbie Beavis, took that. That's from Mill Shows. We talked about
right.
Mill
I thought that looked like Steph's.
That was down at Steph's place in Mill Shows, and she's a good photographer, and she had some kind of weird photography on, and so.
So that's a filter.
Some kind of filter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you like how that made you look, Jerry? I mean, alive, I guess, but
and you see a little black in the top of the head. I really like that.
Well, yeah, and you look like you're terrifically concentrating there.
Yes.
And I mean, and that's one thing that even, I mean, you've both played music now for 40 years or more. It's something you still got to work at, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, concentration. I mean, whether you're playing basketball for the 5,000th game or whether you're driving a car, I mean, concentration makes you better.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we do concentrate. We want to give the best show we can and all those things.
Let's take a look at one more. I got one more shot here. Where is? Oh, you've got your own blanket there.
That's in Evansville at.
Is that at the pizza place? Is it Deerhead?
No, we
That's
played
Burdette.
there one
Is that
time. That's at Burdette Park.
Burdette Park, yeah.
Yeah, Shelter House. We do a show there about once a year, and we set up the whole kit and caboodle and advertise it out to all the areas that we play, and a lot of our fans from other areas come in for this one night.
Well, that's fun. You get other bands to play with you too, or is it
No, just
all BurmaShavers?
Oh, no, we hog all the spots.
You're not
But
sure.
it's kind of a, I don't want to say reward, but to the people that follow us, it's our thank you to them once
Yeah.
a year. And so we buy pizza and we have drinks and chips and stuff. We rent that place out, and usually we play an hour of their request
Yeah.
and then an hour of our new CD that's coming out.
Is that?
So-
Have you planned that yet for
We
this
already
CD?
did that. That was in,
Oh, now doggone it!
Now,
Doggone it, Steve!
if you check the website, there is a date for January 2025 at Burdette where we will be playing Live Hot Lather Volume 8.
Oh, okay, so we could get in.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's an indoor gig. That's not a
Indoor,
that's,
right.
Yeah,
In
you're
January 25th.
Well, you said a shelter. I was thinking you were probably playing outside.
Nice indoor shelter. It's
Okay.
got a fireplace,
Good.
the whole 9 yards.
I love the thought. I love that you're going to entertain us today. What song would you like to play today here, Steve?
We're going to play a song called How Do You Do, Mrs. Porter.
Tell me a little bit about the process. Is this the process of this song? Was this you writing, or was this a Jerry song?
Basically Steve on this.
This was mine, and I wrote it about the Ohio River flood of 1937. And I wrote it from the viewpoint of somebody writing letters to my grandmother, asking about the flood and or telling about the flood.
Okay, I'll figure it out. That sounds wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, the BurmaShavers.
2, 3, 4.
How do you do, Mrs. Porter? I pray this correspondence finds you well. It's been raining since December, each day as I remember, and February's coming into view. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? How do you do, Mrs. Porter? The river rose for 22 straight days. Travel stopped, business closed, martial law was imposed. Left looking at the clouds for a clue. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? The flood of 37 washed half our town away, from Cairo, Illinois, up to Pittsburgh, Indiana. We thought that we had dealt with floods before, over the banks of the Ohio, unannounced our front door. How do you do, Mrs. Porter? One lone raindrop shouldn't feel responsible. Combined with snow and sleet, levees broke and caved in streets. On rooftops we huddled and withdrew. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? How do you do, Mrs. Porter? Water lapped at the theater marquee. Men in business suits stand in thigh-high water. I do believe that was when we knew. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? The flood of 37 washed half our town away, from Cairo, Illinois, up to Pittsburgh, Indiana. We thought that we had dealt with floods before, over the banks of the Ohio, unannounced our front door. Mrs. Porter. We thought the Great Depression took it all, leaving sandbags on shores, muddy homes and buckled floors. Coast Guard and rowboats saved a few. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? How do you do, Mrs. Porter? A cup of hot soup and early to bed. We'll pray the waters to recede, to rebuild and reread about the towns that didn't make it through. Mrs. Porter, how do you do? The flood of 37 washed half our town away, from Cairo, Illinois, up to Pittsburgh in PA. We thought that we had dealt with floods before, over the banks of the Ohio, unannounced our front door. Over the banks of the Ohio, unannounced our front door.
Ladies and gentlemen, the BurmaShavers. Outstanding. That's wonderful. Okay, now I got to ask before I take a break. Have you seen the do they in Evansville have a placard how high the water got?
There is a few spots downtown where this is where the water.
You know, the reason I asked, because I was driving through Louisville about 6 months ago, and I was just out in the middle of a residential neighborhood, minding my own business, going from one place to the other, and I see a sign on the side of the road, this is the high water mark of the 1937 flood. Oh, that's impossible. Yeah. That must have been one heck of a flood.
It was. And that's like the last verse says, there's towns that was the end of them. They did not survive.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to the BurmaShavers. Oh, we're having a lot of fun here on Wabash Catch TV. It is Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, back right after these. Stick around.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic Famous Maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here with the BurmaShavers. It's Steve Fowler along with Jerry Wilson. The best way to get a hold of these fellas is to go to their website at www.theburmashavers.com, and they will play your play your festival, your house, your concert hall,
Coffee shop,
farmers market, all kinds of places. They clearly need to get another shop down in set up in Mill Shoals for sure, as we've already talked about. Fellas, where are we going this year? Do we have how much of the festival schedule is set up, and what's going on? Do we know?
Festival's looking scarce this year so far, but I think we'll probably be back at the Ferdinand Folk Festival in September. We're usually we love it there. That's in Ferdinand, Indiana.
Sure.
But next up, Washington,
St. Charles.
St. Charles.
So now, when you said you're playing St. Charles, Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Or do you play down on the riverfront there with those, in the old timey, one of those old timey places, or what do you do? Where do you go?
This is the first time we've played at this
really?
particular venue, so I don't really know.
We never know what we're getting ourselves into.
Do you know the name of it? I can tell if you tell me. I put Steve on the spot.
It's on the website.
Actually, I should go to the BurmaShavers.com, and I might be able to find. I bet. I mean, it's you guys have the perfect style for down there on the riverfront in St. Charles, because they have an old downtown, and it's perfect for the nostalgic styles that you guys go with.
A lot of the places we like to play are in the historic parts of the various towns that we go to, or the downtown area where they're trying to revitalize it, or keep some buildings going, or revitalize the old town square.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. That's the thing. You guys have played enough. I mean, like you say, 50 or 60 a year. So you're playing enough downtowns that you probably have a pretty good handle on some thriving places, and the places are still trying to thrive a little bit more, aren't they?
Yeah, and Indiana, not to knock down Illinois or anything, but Indiana is so much more advanced on that type of thing.
Is that right?
Than Illinois. You go to a town the size of Fairfield or Olney or something, you go to a town in Indiana, almost invariably they have the old district, and it's got full of shops, full of vibrant things, and people walking around, and coffee shops, and knickknacks, and bakeries,
restaurants, and
and
I noticed that myself. They basically rebuilt downtown Carmel. If you go up to Carmel, Indiana. Now, granted, that's a suburb, a wealthy suburb of Indianapolis, but they didn't have to do that,
right?
And it's like streets and all kinds of things that are redone. It's fun to get out and see these kinds of things.
Yes,
isn't
it is.
What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite place to play, or a least favorite? A least favorite. You don't have to tell me exactly the least favorite place to play. Dickey Ranch, but
no. I'd say one of our favorites is Washington, Indiana, at the Cherry Ghost. We've been there probably as much as we've been anywhere, and we know the people, the owners are super. It's one of those places we talked about that's a downtown kind of neat little nook coffee shop, and when you go there, you just feel at home. And so I really do like playing there. As far as most coffee shops, it's got a vibe. There's a place in St. Louis called Twin Sisters.
No.
Where's that?
It's a not don't
Espresso Yourself.
Espresso Yourself. Yeah,
I love the name.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It's run by sisters, and we play there quite a bit, 2 or 3 times a year, and they're always friendly, and it's just.
Is that on Cherokee?
By the hill. You know where the hill is?
Oh, yeah.
It's in that area.
Like the Shaw area.
Kind of the Southampton area.
That's a cool place to play. We enjoy playing there. So those are some of our favorite places to play.
Well, now that's good, clean fun. Now, you didn't answer the question. Where do you dislike playing?
Another good place to play is, well, honestly, we have to be careful where we play, and here's why. We played a couple places where they wanted, even though we tell everybody before you book us,
Yeah.
we play all originals.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that, that's great. We're not the band for you.
Right.
And yet, there was a place in Hillsboro, Illinois one time.
Oh, really?
Where
Yeah.
we got contacted, like, we pay whatever, will you come and play? Yes, we play all originals. Here's a CD. Make sure you like our music. Yeah, it's great. Come and play. So we go to play at this place, and basically it's an eating establishment that has live entertainment.
Right.
So it's a bar / eating place. So we get there, and this lady's like, now you guys play country or rock? I said, well, we play our own. You might see influences of both. Play your own? I said, yeah, we don't play any covers.
Oh, no.
She said, well, that's not going to go over here. And I said, well, we sent you 2 messages. We sent you our CD. She said, well, I listened to the CD, but I thought they were cover songs. I said, no, those are our own. And so for the next 2 hours, we played at a place, and people were like, play Willie Nelson, play America, play the Beatles.
No.
And I'm like, no.
I want to hear a horse with no name.
Yeah. And we just play our own. So that, even though we got paid very well that
Well, that's
night,
cool. At least that worked out.
and the lady at the end came up and said, now, it's not that you guys aren't good, but people here want cover songs. I held up my hand. I said, we're not the band for you, and you're not the place for us. I get it. Thank you.
But that's cool as long as long as you know that and they know that.
Right.
That's outstanding.
Right.
That's,
So we have to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of places expect cover bands, and that's not for us.
you've got one more song you were going to play for us today. Tell me a little bit. What are we talking about here? What's going on?
This one's also off the new CD, which, although it's just coming out, it will be up streaming on all major streaming services probably in the next couple of weeks.
You can find stuff about it at the BurmaShavers.com.
Yeah, and if you can't wait, the first 6 are up and streaming now.
Oh, okay.
You might want to get prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the Porter song's really cool.
This song is called Garden of the West. I was just thinking about people I've been writing about, and I was thinking about Jerry for some reason, and this song's kind of based about him.
That's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, again, please, the BurmaShavers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mouth and eyes keep watering even in the time of drought. Let's be clear, far and near, fading towns in the upland south. Between the Ohio and the Wabash and the mighty Mississippi, there's a silo on the horizon, there's a kitchen and a covered dish. Drop that line of thinking about leaving the land of Lincoln. Garden of the West is my life locality. For a dare or for a date, I might visit to show this state, and I wouldn't mind a dose of Hoosier hospitality. Well, branches scrape on a tin roof, balance, benediction, and blight. Corduroy, conversation, solitude in a shaft of light. Call me a ham and egger, neither braggart nor beggar be. I'm not sad but satisfied with who I ought to be. Drop that line of thinking about leaving the land of Lincoln. Garden of the West is my life locality. For a dare or for a date, I might visit to show this state, and I wouldn't mind a dose of Hoosier hospitality. Pick one, Jerry. There's a cave in the rock, red hills my soul can't smite. There's willow branches and whittling knives and fireflies late at night. There's sandwiches in the back seat, there's maps upon the dash. One might take us away from here, but another might just bring us back. Drop that line of thinking about leaving the land of Lincoln. The Garden of the West is my life locality. For a dare or for a date, I might visit to show this state, and I wouldn't mind
the BurmaShavers. We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.